Welcome back, Treva and Kevin Show. It is a great show today.
Hello, come in. I'm glad we're here together. We got some things to show and people to share, so you'll want to stay tuned and listen and learn something today.
That's right. You know, every time I hang out with you, I always learn something, Mr. Kennedy.
Well, it's true.
You're inspiring.
this whole atmosphere, the set, we learn something all the time. I've been in TV for decades, really. But you learn something new because why? The industry's changing on us.
Yes, and so are you ready for the change? That's my question for you today.
Ready or not, here it comes.
Are you ready for the change? Sometimes we get stuck in a mold where, you know, you're so used to things being the same way all the time. So when things of life and they happen, are you ready for the change? So today's show is, we're talking about love today.
Okay.
Love is the answer. Even if someone makes you upset, even if they, you know, you get a word or two in traffic, love is the answer.
Love lifted me.
Love lifted. Did it lift you?
It did. And you remember the first Bible verse in Vacation Bible School. Okay, well, y'all want to learn. God is love. So what the world needs more is
more love.
It is so true. So I love that. This is going to be a great show. I can't wait to turn it loose and share a little love. Ways that we can impact our world, our community, our family, our friends.
That's right.
Is it true?
It is true.
So you turn it up and testify. We're going to share some good things here.
All right. We're coming back with more. We've got a special guest, Ziggy, coming up, and also Markeisha. They have been working behind the scenes helping us out.
Special touch. They always want to add to you. Don't take away from you. All right.
We'll be back.
Be inspired, learn and grow. Reach up higher. Joy in stereo. Come join the conversation. It's the Treva and Kevin Show.
Show.
Yeah, good to be with you.
Worldwide. Nationwide.
Go on.
Red Jacket.
Tell it like it is.
How does it feel today to be on the television today?
It feels wonderful. You know, it's always thrilling. Nashville has so much excitement, just the word Nashville, because they know it opens doors, changes lives.
All right. Well, speaking of opening the doors and changing lives, we have a special guest.
Please tell it.
A special guest that you know very well because she did your makeup.
Yeah.
She did my makeup.
She rolled some years on real good.
I'm
telling you, I didn't know who I was sitting beside when I sat down here.
We look pretty good today.
Yeah.
Well, please welcome our beautiful friend, makeup artist, Miss Ziggy.
Ziggy.
Come on out, Miss Ziggy.
I like that name. Ziggy.
There she is. Welcome to the Treva and Kevin Show. Of course, you were behind the scene today.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Very talented, too. I'll tell you. Treva and I, we've had so many makeup artists over the years. Everybody said, why does she look so young? She had so many makeup artists.
Some help.
Yeah, she did. They put the brush and the lush and all on there, but you did extra good. So it was fascinating, and I congratulate you on your work.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Ziggy, and thanks for being here today.
No problem. Thank you for having me. So, I'm Ziggy, Nashville makeup artist. The business name is Ziggy's Transformations.
Okay.
And the whole motto of it is to bring the inner beauty out of each and every woman, every face that I touch.
Yeah.
You know, not to do over dramatic or anything like that. Little things can make big differences.
Yeah. Well, you know, the people that we're watching and work on it, it does put the glow. Why don't you tell them the secret to the glow?
The glow.
Because everybody wants a glow.
Want that glow. That's
Everybody
right.
wants
you
that
want
glow.
that glow.
I do. Because it makes a difference. You know, when they're doing these photo sessions, and it's all right, give it to me. If you got the glow, they've got that to start with, and then it's the eye contact, and then they can do their magic.
Yes.
But then everybody wants to know, you know, they're airbrushing these photos, but it takes a team to get perfection. You believe it.
Okay, so talk about what goes into that glow. What is all that?
Well, there's always a story that comes with every client that sits in the chair.
Yes.
And making them feel comfortable kind of breaks that ice.
Yeah.
So you want them to feel comfortable so when that makeup is applied, they feel confident. They don't have anything to worry about when their face is done.
Yeah, you know, when she got started in there, she broke out that thing. I saw more brushes, and then I was sitting there. Next thing I knew, she said, wait a minute, she put the liquid on, and she hit with the fan. I said, oh, my goodness.
She was ready.
She hit me with everything in there.
Get the
and very professional, Ziggy. Your lighting, did you see everything she was working with? It was like, wow, I thought I was at like a department store.
Yeah, well, it's like a commitment to excellence.
Yes.
You can use
level.
It's another level. But so the world is full of talented people, and they're wanting to break out. So the secret, once you get to this level, is the little techniques. It makes a big difference. So tell us a few more of your techniques today. We want to hear them.
Well, you know, one of the things I always want people to realize, focus on your skincare.
Okay.
Because that makeup will be flawless if your skincare is on point.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of water. Use your sunscreen.
Yes.
Just those tiny little things make a big difference. It makes the makeup artist job real easy.
So they take the makeup off every day. Wash in the morning, wash at night. Never go to bed with your makeup on.
No, I don't advise it, but you know.
And what about your washcloth? Shouldn't you use a different, like a washcloth separate? Like, so whatever you use for the body, you should use something different?
Yeah,
That's what I've
because
heard.
your skin here is not the same here.
Oh,
So you have to be hygienic about your face.
okay.
People are going to see your face more than they see your body. And you're going to touch your face more than a makeup artist is going to touch your face. So that's why you have to be mindful of the things you're doing throughout the day. You only see a makeup artist for a certain time frame.
Yeah.
So you have to be mindful of that.
All right, I got to shift gears on you. You know, the dermatologist, you go in there and talk to them, they say, no sun. Don't want you to have the sun. If you get the sun, you got to have the sunscreen on. Where you have, what do you say?
That is right.
All right, so what's the problem with sun? You know, it all seems natural. You're going to get some vitamin D. So tell us why you think.
Well, the biggest thing with the sun, it causes burning. When skin is browning, it's burning. So that's the whole thing.
Wow.
You want to protect the skin from the rays.
Yeah.
You know, we're not back in the days, you know, everything has changed now.
Yes.
So we have to beef up, you know, things to protect our skin.
Yeah.
So even though we need the vitamin D and all, I mean, you
Okay.
can get supplements and everything else for that.
That's
but you
true.
gotta protect the skin. This
From
is
the
the
sun.
only one you get.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah,
Kevin?
they call skin the largest organ of your body.
Yes.
And you know what else they tell me? That the damage is done when you're young. You know, you're out there
Yeah.
going, you don't think anything about
That's
it.
right.
And your skin gets thinner as you get older,
Yes.
and then it exposes all this sun damage. You say, man, where'd that spot come from? I went to bed last night, I didn't have that spot, now it's here.
And I think about our hands. I would think about
Oh,
every
yeah.
Saturday my mom would have us cleaning, and we'd use the Clorox and all these
Oh, yeah.
hard
Come on.
chemicals, and just think about the effects that
Well,
it's had on our hands.
Some of these stars that we've been around, they'll say, well, how old are you? And they'll say, man, they're so-and-so, and they look so young. Then they got real slick. They said, let me see your hands. Yes, they
or
do.
your ankles.
They
or your ankles.
throw them hands out there and say, I can
Throw
tell
those
how old
ankles.
you are
Yes.
because people don't really protect their hands like they do that face.
So what do you want people to know about you today, Ziggy? And thank you so much, not only behind the scenes, but in front of the camera. You're an awesome woman, and thank you for stopping by. What do you want people to know about you?
Basically, I'm just a makeup artist, and I'm here to help anyone I can. Like I said, I've heard a lot of stories sitting in that chair.
Yeah.
And to make women feel, you know, they're going to come in with, we are our own worst critic.
Oh, yeah.
So they come in with so many insecurities that they may have.
Yes.
But just know that you're not the only person that has that insecurity.
That is true.
So just know that it's all an improvement. If someone tells you, you know, this is what you need to do to take the next step, it's just an improvement. We all know no one's perfect.
Yeah, that is
No
so.
one is
No
perfect.
one is perfect.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And we all have a flaw.
And
No
there's a
matter
journey
what you
as we
see
go. Yeah.
On the outside, everybody has a flaw.
Well, that's encouraging to many of you who are watching today, that everyone has a flaw.
Come on.
And so, you know, it's not that we need to dwell on that flaw,
Right.
but take that and say, you know what, God, I'm different. I'm unique. What is it that this mark on my body, this makes me unique?
Right.
So we want to encourage you today, regardless of what it may look like inside or appear on the outside, you are beautiful. Would you agree, Mr.
I totally agree. Absolutely and unequivocally. And you know what we're taking away? Take those extra steps. It will pay off, and it will demonstrate a commitment to excellence. Thank you, Ziggy. Go make some people happy.
All right. We'll be back with more Treva and Kevin. Stay tuned. Treva and Kevin Show, thank you for coming on in.
Yeah. Hey, it's going to be good. We got some guests we want to share.
That's right. Well, speaking of great guests, a friend of our show,
yep,
Miss Markeisha Rose is
Markeisha.
here. So come on out, Miss Markeisha
Please,
Rose.
Miss Markeisha Rose.
Business owner,
Watch
successful,
her. Hello,
talented,
hello.
friend
Come
of our
on in.
show.
And sit down and say welcome. Glad to see you. All lit up. Ready to go. Fashionable.
Always.
My God.
Yeah, it's time to
Markeisha, she did my hair today, and so you didn't even compliment me today.
No, I did.
Isn't it beautiful?
I didn't know who you were. It was some young person sitting over there beside me.
He's funny.
He is too funny. Markeisha, I didn't even know who. I said, what about those eyes? And she said, that's called honey. I said, honey, dangerous.
Captivating.
That's what I say.
Markeisha, tell us about yourself and all that you are doing, young lady.
Well, my name is Markeisha. I'm a hairstylist for over 15 years. And I'm also the owner of Rose Beauty Bar in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Yay!
So hairstylist and makeup artist. Hair has been my first love for a very long time. Makeup, I got into it about 5 years afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
And so I specialize in servicing clients who struggle with hair loss. So now I've started my foundation, Select Your Crown.
I love it.
Where we'll be providing custom wig units for women going through chemotherapy and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
So,
That's a little touch about caring for people because you never know when that knocks at everybody's door, isn't it? And then it changes your life. But there's always some options out there, and thank you for those efforts.
So you had an event recently. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that event.
So Select Your Crown, our very first event, the goal was to give away 100 free wigs to 50 women and 50 children. So it was a great success.
Oh my gosh.
Great success, great turnout, and it's going to be the first of many.
Amen.
So, yeah, people came
Well, you know,
out.
the deal is self-esteem is real.
Yes.
And when you have a low self-esteem, you can't get past day one. It makes you want to fall back. I don't want to go. Let me stay in. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to explain my situation. So through what you're doing, you're not only making them more beautiful, but you're building their self-esteem.
Yeah.
And I am totally convinced that's part of the get well treatment. It's in the mind.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I love, one thing I love about Markeisha is that she will help get you ready for that camera.
Come on.
I've been to her salon, and she has taught me some poses.
Yes.
I need you to teach Mr. King.
No,
some
Markeisha,
Do you
please.
struggle?
Do I struggle?
struggle
I've been with her all the time. Treva's been a camera hog ever since. They come up there and say, we're going to do a photo session. I said, okay. I said, well, where is he? Treva's already over there sessioning out.
That's right.
Yeah, and we get to spread.
Give us some tips, Markeisha.
We get to spread her all about Treva, too. Okay, go ahead, Markeisha.
You have to know your angles.
Oh, ooh.
So definitely knowing your angles is a big part of your picture coming out flawless.
Okay, let's practice.
Okay. So what's your good side?
What
do you feel is your good side?
Well, this is my good side, so whatever the other side over there, that's going to be her good side. But you,
Oh my goodness!
I
think this is my good side.
Yeah, I think what she's right. Everybody's got a good side. You know,
Everyone
all the
does have a good side.
professional models we were with, even we were the stars, we get our picture made. They said, no, I want this side.
Mm-hmm.
No. And you remember we had the ones that says, you never photographed me from the side. But if you'll watch Marilyn Monroe, you can learn a lot from watching the movie stars in the past.
Yeah.
They want
They
to
know
put
their
their
side.
eyes to the left and to the right. It's not just a dead-end shot.
No.
And then it's got that mysterious look. That's what made them famous.
Yeah.
Okay, so give us some tips on the
sure.
pose.
Okay, so a funny tip that a photographer showed me. It feels crazy.
Yes.
But it looks amazing.
Okay.
So while you're straight ahead,
Okay.
you take your chin
Yeah.
and you pull it out.
Yeah.
And it does a little something when
Let's
the
see,
camera
Kevin.
captures it.
Go ahead.
You get that chiseled look. Like
Chiseled look. Go on.
If you have a double chin, it disappears.
Kevin,
Like
it
these are-
disappeared.
I don't have a double chin,
These are the
Treva's
tricks
trying to
that
create
they don't tell
one.
you in school. These are
Yeah.
the tricks they don't tell you in school.
Oh my
Whether
gosh.
you want to look shorter or
Okay.
taller,
Mm-hmm.
if you want the camera high, the camera low,
Yes.
like you have to be
It's
very
about the
intentional
angles.
about your angles.
So
Yeah.
could Kevin and I stop by and you can give us a few courses on the...
I'll give you a course.
Yeah, you know, John F. Kennedy, I was watching some of his things when he was running for president in the 60s. They have 250 of the same poses because they wanted perfection, where it would just turn. Wanted his eyes with the sparkle.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then, you know, sometimes your
that.
little smile just has just a little something that is captivating.
Okay, so what do you all
Capture
think?
that
What
moment.
What is your best feature? Markeisha, Kevin, myself. What do you think is your best feature?
Okay, Kevin, you go first.
Okay,
Well,
Kevin.
I could talk about y'all's best feature. You know, people always talk about the smile. Say, well, hey, golly, you got a really nice smile. Thank you so much. And then, you know, people with blue eyes, oh, man, we love those baby blues. That's why we were talking about her honey eyes.
honey.
I don't know where you got that secret. How long have you had that look?
About 8th grade.
Really?
I'm committed.
Committed. Hello,
Yes,
committed.
she's fabulous.
I'm committed.
All right, so that's Kevin. Hit it. Let's hear yours. Yeah, I was talking. You go first.
Well, I think my best trait is my smile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and my sweet personality. Does that count?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Personality shine because
Yeah.
you're putting out a vibe. Come to me or get away from me. You know,
Right.
people won't make that eye contact. Well, then you say, okay, let's just leave them alone. A little reserve. We're not
Yes.
trying to get close to you. We're just trying to be nice.
Right, honestly.
And I like to think of my eyes and also my smile
Yeah.
and my personality.
Yeah.
Personality matters. My smile, for a while, it took me a while to realize that was my best trait.
Yeah.
I think just knowing that and embracing that makes a huge difference.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, it's kind of like an introduction, stunning view.
Yeah.
You know, when people are out and they're always dating, they're trying to look and make eye contact.
Yeah.
And some people that can never connect, they never mastered it. They didn't want to look, and they didn't get the connection that they always wanted. We're winding up on our time. You better give Treva a few notes after we get off this interview. Write it on out.
I don't know.
I tell you, Markeisha, any final remarks, things that you would like to share?
For the beauty industry,
Okay.
staying true to yourself and don't let social media negate who you feel like you should be or how you feel like you should look. Find what's your inner beauty and embrace that.
All right.
That was
Find
good.
your inner beauty and embrace
Right.
that. Thank you so much for being a guest.
Thank
Okay,
you for
Markeisha,
inviting
glad
And
to have you.
behind the scenes,
Yes.
Markeisha Rose. Look her up. Thank you so much.
See you. Bye-bye. You know, what I really like is people that will invest their lives to make somebody else's life a little better.
A little bit better.
Because everybody's had some ups and everybody's had some downs. And how do we lift? You know, you really lift each other up. Iron sharpens iron
Okay.
as one sharpens another.
All
So I
right.
like these industry people that make our lives better.
They enhance our lives. And speaking of some enhancement, the law of relationships battling the me
Mentality.
mentality.
Come
What-
on.
what's
Take
go-
some notes,
what's,
Treva.
What's going on with this?
Well,
And
that's...
first of all, who is this guy?
Yeah,
on the
I
front
know.
cover?
Treva was, before we came, said, that is a beauty enhanced photo. I said, well, you wouldn't put it on the book if it wasn't. But that is one of my books that I wrote, The Law of Relationships.
Okay.
And let me say this at the outset. If you master relationships, you can get rich. And if you don't master relationships, you will be broke.
Explain.
Please.
Explain.
If you can't get along with your coworkers, you're out. If you can't get along with your boss, you're out. If you can't get along with your spouse,
Yes.
you're out.
What if you can't get along with your co-host?
If you can't get, we looking for a new co-host. That's the word out. You got to watch her. She's always springing that up.
Oh, my-
That's the biggest smile she put on this Treva Kevin show ever.
Oh.
Okay. You need to read that book twice.
Yes, the print is small, but I need my glasses. But yes, so talk about. It says this relationship has a long chronicle of grief. What are you talking about here?
Well, relationships. Everybody. If
Teacher
we're close,
student.
you think about our relationship over these many years that we've been in the TV business.
Yes.
You went through some tragic loss with the loss of your husband.
Yes.
Then we've had the graduations of your children, and mine became doctors and moved on. Well, golly, that's emotional. That's trauma. But what's the great thing is having a Christian friend. So the word, even today, when you're down and you're depressed, you're confused, you don't know where to go, then run to the church. One of the greatest things, God provided that for us, to have some Christian friends. Why? Because you can share. Some days you just got to have somebody to talk to. And I really do believe there's some things that we don't even tell Treva about. And you say, why? Because Treva may not could handle it at that time. Can I get an amen back there?
Goodness,
but
he's too much.
But the truth is, we all need somebody to confide in. My great friend Zig Ziglar, he said everybody should have a personal board of directors. And he said 1 or 2 or 3 that you could confide in.
Okay.
What do you think about this business deal? Does this make sense? And in all we deal business all the time. Is this a good decision or bad decision? Right. And the Bible says, the wise seek the counsel of others.
Yes.
And I'm a lawyer in the amongst of many, many lawyers, brilliant, but I really want Christian advice. I could go in there and say, well, lawyer, we're having problems at home. And he said, well, you just filed for divorce and you moved this 6 months out and you don't let her get this. Or would you rather hear somebody says, the answer is loving God and loving your spouse.
That's right. And I thank God for mentorship and Christian friendship and values. There was a situation I recently had where I had a situation, but I thank God I talked to a dear friend and I wanted their advice on something.
That's me.
So, that was you. I was trying not to give it away. So I wanted some advice because sometimes you do things a certain way and people get used to the way that you do particular things. And so I had a conversation with you and I just handled the situation different. I explained to the person, actually I said no, and it was not a great response because they're so used to you saying yes to this and yes to that. So when I said no, I think it ended the friendship.
Oh, my goodness. Well, life, and we are confronted with so many challenges now. Life is not the same as it was 10 years ago. Our relationships do change because our careers change. And so, but we're always sensitive about trying to do the Christian thing. And then, people can choose, well, I don't want to be your friend. Well, you can't stop them.
The law of relationships.
We're going to work on it. Make it a priority. Mentor, mentee. Be good to one another. That old saying, treat others as you would have them treat you. It's pretty good. The Christian
what happens when they don't treat you well? What happens?
Then you got to have a lot of love and forgiveness for the King, and He'll take care of you.
I love that. Well, before we close out the show, remember Zacchaeus, the tax collector?
I remember.
Yeah, he entered into Jericho, was passing, and there was a man named Zacchaeus. He was the chief tax collector, and I thank God for Jesus because He showed him love.
Yes.
He went there and He sat with him in that tree, and that was love. So I want you guys to just be like how Jesus was. He loved all people.
Amen.
Because love is the answer. They may not look like us. They may not dress like us.
Come on.
They may not walk like us. But remember, if Jesus did it,
that's what we should do.
We also can.
Come on.
Okay?
Good job.
All right. It's been a great show today. Thanks for hanging out. And that came from Luke 19:10. Tell a friend.
See you. God bless you.